muted. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, hello and happy Sunday to everybody that has made it to this fantastic webinar. I want to share with a workshop. I want to share with everybody some awesome information. Well, hello Rick, hello Quinn, hello Dr. Keith, hello Frank, hello George, Anthony, good to see you. Anthony, by the way, thank you very much for bringing that mistake to my attention. I went ahead. I apologize, everybody, for the typos. I apologize for the wrong date. I didn't catch everything. It was one of those things. I was just taking action, and that actually is the nutshell of what today is about. Taking action. It is so critical that you just take action, and that's how you manage to get results. It's just that Don had been struggling for a long time to make success. And then, whoops, sorry about that. That was my timer telling me that in case I forgot, I needed to start the webinar because I was frantically updating and getting your guys' gift and everything ready. Anyways, it is very difficult, and one of the common realities of everything that I see going on, and one of the things that keeps coming back to me is trying to get established and get going and get that door open. And so when Don wrote me the email that I'm going to share the story with you here in just a few minutes, it amazed me that he just took a second, took some action, and then was able to completely change his financial destiny in a week because he finally took action. And that's what today is all about. So I want to share that story with you. I'm not going to drag this out. I don't have a whole bunch of fancy slide presentations we're just going to go through. I'm going to share with you the information. I'm going to show you what's working. I actually have a gift for everybody that's here. Anybody that joined back on February 15th when I held the first class, your updated revisions of your laminate card that we're going to be talking about here in a minute are in your members area. Today, when I deliver everything that I am going to deliver to you for the updated version and the updated story and the techniques that are working, if I promise to completely massively over deliver on value and everything else, would you guys be willing to give me back some input and some feedback, because I need to know what niches it is that you guys want to specialize in. So as this presentation is going, if you will, please type in the niches that you, whatever business types that you want to specialize in or that you want to target, because you can try and broadcast a blanket over everything, but it is so much easier if you just pick one and you go with that one. Fortunately, I've been doing this for so long, I can adapt to just about any situation. So even generic is okay, and that's an okay choice. But if there's anything in particular that you want, please let me know, so that way, because I have just trust me, just type it in there. I don't want to. I want to under promise and over deliver. And again, that is part of making the magic happen. Is no matter who you're talking to, under promise and then massively over deliver, and it just takes business owners completely off guard. You become their go-to guy for everything. And if you can't take care of that problem, find somebody who can. Become their answer source. These frustrated business owners just don't have time to deal with this whole internet marketing, and you have to, as an offline marketer that wants to get going on this, you have to thank Google for being Google. And so in just a second we're going to, oh, excellent, this is awesome. In fact, I'm starting to already notice a pattern in just what already came in, so this is going to be spectacular. This is going to work out great. So thank you all. All right, let's get started. It's long enough preamble here. Let's get this one here. There we go. All right, Don, does anybody want to know how Don was able to close 9 clients last week? Just type yes into the chat box if, there we go. Scott's, heck yeah, Mike, how? Excellent. Well, It wasn't, hey, Detlef, how are you? I haven't seen you in a long time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. What Don did, it wasn't that hard. Once he figured out how to get the door open, he took action. Getting the door open, I have found, is the hardest part. People want to do email. They want to try, and here's the reality of this. And I don't care how this gets sliced out. I don't care what WSOs you buy. I don't care which way you try to go about doing this. At some point in time, to deposit money in your bank account, you are going to have to talk to a live person. It is just the reality of what we do. Business owners are not going to deposit money in your bank account unless you're speaking to people, actual human beings, live, that you can interact with. And so, right off the bat, before you waste any more time here, this is not about some secret solution, push button, get rich. This is fact. You have to talk to live human beings, and the best live human beings that you can talk to are the people you're already talking to, your friends, your family, business. They know people who own businesses, and you transact. Every time cash comes out of your pocket and you pay somebody for something, that is a business transaction, and that is the perfect opportunity to say, hey, you know, what if I was to make a video testimonial for you about I like doing business with you. What if I made a testimonial for you? That works like freaking gold. I mean, that right there, that is one of the, but there's a magic question associated with that, and that's why you're here, is you have to ask them, is it okay to post it online? That takes you to a decision maker. Now, once you have the rapport going, that hands down, there's 3 different door openers that I have discovered. That one is hands down the easiest way to get the rapport going if you're starting from zero. And that I want to make sure that I deliver value for anybody just starting out. Making a testimonial and asking if you can post it online, especially if you do a video testimonial for them, that is just absolute. It takes you right, it cuts through all the fog and you go. Now, you guys have all heard this a million times, but I'm telling you, there are people that are just absolutely amazed. I get emails all the time. Wes, after 2 years, I finally took your advice. I made 1 video testimonial, and I got a client. That's an amazing thing, and I picked up 4 more within a day. It's just absolutely incredibly amazing at how magical that little tidbit works. So I'm handing that to you on a silver platter, number 1. Number 2, once you've done that, once you've gotten to the person who can make a decision or anything, this is where the magic happens, is you talk to them about, hey, by chance, are you aware of some of the changes that Google has just recently made? And inevitably, these people are business owners. They do not have time to keep up with all the changes that Google makes. Now, I want to give you a gift. Everybody that's live on the webinar and that'll be watching the replay, I want to give you a gift right now. I completely want to change your marketing paradigm message. And the reason that I want to do this is because once you understand the frustrations from the business owner's perspective, your core marketing message, your core message changes. Your paradigm shifts. And when it shifts, you can help frustrated business owners in ways that you never thought possible. So what I want to do is I want to show you that I want to share with you a story about what I experienced as a business owner. And let me make sure that I'm on track here, because I don't want to get too far off base before I show you what happens here. Yeah, this is how Don changed his financial future. Getting the door open. The video testimonial gets the door open. And then, I skipped one critical part. Who would like a gift? Anybody want a gift? I have a gift for you. Who would like a copy of this? This is the tool that Don used to pull out and get the report going. As soon as he talked to the live interaction personal, he whipped out his laminate card, this one right here. Now, I have the bottom blank so that you can add in your own information, but I want to give this to you This is, by the way, this is the revised version. Google's changed the rules again. Don't let this happen to you. I want to give you an update of exactly what is going on. It has started in Australia. It is spreading across Europe. Businesses are losing their listings and they're screaming, oh my God. This is a perfect opportunity for anybody that you like doing business with. You can go, hey, are you aware? Don't let this happen to you. Please don't let this happen to you. I'd hate to see you go out of business if you lose too much business. So I want to give you a copy of this, if that's going to be all right with you guys. I'm putting it in the chat box right now. Please double click on that and make sure it works, and it should automatically download. You should be able to unzip it, and you should be ready to go. So let me move this down. John says, I wear my laminate card hung around my neck lanyard everywhere I go. There you go. Please make sure that that download worked before I continue on. All right. So what he does, he takes out the laminate card. Hey, are you aware of the changes that Google has made? It started in Australia, it's spreading across Europe, and it's coming this way. If you take proactive measures now, immediately, you can save yourself from making these changes. Now, here's the official response from Google on this. This is the official response from Google on this, is that right here, when Google sent out this email to the business owners down under and everywhere else that they have, some people got it, some people didn't. And you know, the official Google response, if you go to the forum, you can see the official Google response from the guy in charge. It says, we are sorry for any inconvenience this may cause. Now that I'm back on track, and I apologize for getting a little bit sidetracked, I want to show you and share with you a story that will shift your paradigm, because what this means for you and how it can change your financial destiny is by understanding from the business owner's perspective. I want to share with you, this is so powerful. I want to share with you Dr. Woodsmall's, this is a quote by Dr. Woodsmall. When you can describe a person's fears and frustrations, their wants and their desires to them better than they can explain it themselves, they instantly perceive you as an expert and automatically assume you have the solution they seek. That is a very profound statement. Let that sink in. Dr. Woodsmall, when you can describe somebody's fears and frustrations to them better than they can describe it themselves, they instantly perceive you as the expert and automatically assume you have the solution they seek. Now, let me give you the tools of how to explain their fears and frustrations to them better than they can explain it themselves, because I want to share with you what Google did to me at Above and Beyond Auto Repair when they removed my listings, because then with this insight you will understand. So here's what happened. Once you understand from the business owner's perspective what Google really thinks of them, you can help businesses in a way that you never thought possible. When a change happens and a frustrated business owner attempts to call Google and get a live person on the phone for help, remember, this is Google supposed to help businesses. It doesn't happen. It's almost impossible, and you get absolutely nowhere fast. I spent hours trying to call down to Texas and get somebody live on the phone to help me with my issue. Once I finally did get somebody on the phone, because they removed Above and Beyond Auto Repair, and that's where my business is coming from, and I have employees with families and everything else. And so I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? The first step that Google says that you have to do is you have to file an appeal. And to file a Google appeal, it takes about a month. So I filed the appeal. And a Google appeal is the process that you must go through if you feel that one of Google's automatic decisions has adversely affected you or your business. And it's the same for individuals as it is for businesses. Now, here's where the paradigm shift comes in. Does everybody understand where I'm at? Could you imagine you're doing your business, you've got your business listing up in Google, you're there and everywhere, and then the next day you come in and it's gone. It's flat out gone. Would your heart skip a beat if that's what you were dependent upon for business coming through the door? I'll give everybody a second because I want to make sure that you understand the importance of exactly what I'm talking about here. All right, so I called Google. I get through to go, first. I filed the first appeals online and all that stuff, and obviously I was going nowhere. This whole process took me about 7 months. This is how time-consuming this action is. So if Google makes a decision, boop, you're gone. 7 months. It took me 7 months to get back on after filing all these appeals. So I filed the online appeal, hoping, within a couple days I'd get an answer back from Google. Nothing. That's when I started very intensely trying to track down how to get a live representative on the phone. Then the representative, once I got to the first layer representative, she explained to me that I needed to file another appeal process because the first one, it shows that I did appeal it, the decision was declined, and I was notified, but although I wasn't, that I needed to file another one. So I filed another one explaining everything that I just explained to her. I did that again. Then I did it again, and I was told the same thing, file another appeal. Then I was fed up at that point, and I'm like, who's your supervisor? Who's your boss? Let me go to the next level. So then I went to the next level. Now, keep in mind, I'm a business owner. I have employees. I've got a business to run. I don't have time to sit on the phone with Google in Texas for something that shouldn't have happened to begin with. And yet here I am spending my days doing it, and nobody else is going to do this, and there's no information. Google does not make it friendly to be able to figure out how to get through their defenses and actually talk to a real person. So I filed the appeal again. I finally get fed up and frustrated. And if you guys can feel my frustration, you can tell this is real. I mean, I'm reliving. I'm mad right now, just even reliving this, sharing this story. And I went through. I got to the next level supervisor. She told me to file another appeal and that she would send it over to the big dogs for review and give her about 30 days. The big dog. Another month goes by. The big dogs kicked it back out and said, nope, you don't have a leg to stand on. So I called her back. This time now we're on Mr. Harrison. And so I told her, I said, I don't understand why and what. And she's like, well, this is why right here. So I filed one more appeal, and she said, this is it. This is all that we can do. And so then I'm very upset, and this is exactly what I was told, verbatim, word for word. Bottom line, this is what Google told me. Mr. Harrison, unless you're spending at least $100,000 a month in Google AdWords, you don't matter. Is there anything else I can help you with? Apparently, I had pushed her buttons enough that she was just freaking done, and obviously, I wasn't going away. But that statement right there, I was like, what? I had to process. I'm spending $400 a week into me on my advertising budget for my business. That's huge dollars, $400 a week. That's somebody's paycheck. And I'm like, what? Unless I'm spending $100,000 a month, I don't matter. I'm sorry, Google, but I do matter. I do. And that single phrase is what began my quest to help all the other frustrated business owners out there that don't matter to Google. And I got goosebumps on my skin right now from sharing that paradigm shift. Businesses that are not spending at least $100,000 with Google don't matter. And you know what? I've experienced it more and more and more. Now, just a little background on why I'm sharing this with you. I've been doing this offline lead generation stuff since 2009. It's not like I woke up yesterday and decided to be an internet marketer. I've been doing this for a very long time. I've gone to the Chamber of Commerce's. I've gone to RNI's, BNL's, and every other group membership you can think of. I've gone to the professional. I've tried everything under the sun, and I'm telling you, when you open the door with a testimonial for some business that you like and you say, listen, I like doing business with you. I want to help you. I understand the frustrations that you experience with Google. You don't have this time. In those words, you don't even have to convey those words, because the core understanding of the message I just shared with you, if you could feel that in your core, could you imagine being told you don't matter? That changes your paradigm. And it comes out in your marketing message. And the frustrations that you experience just in your daily interactions with Google and all the changes Google makes with you trying to help businesses, and then Google throws out another rule change. Boom. Well, we do matter. And I want to give you the tools to help businesses without having to contribute $100,000 a month to Google And that's what that is exactly what this is all about. And when you come from a place of understanding, when your core foundation, your core message is coming from Dr. Woodsmall's perspective of when you can describe a person's fears and frustrations to them better than they can describe it themselves, they instantly perceive you as the expert and automatically assume you have the solutions they seek. Now, here's the game changer for you. If they're not spending money on advertising, they are not going to understand the frustrations. So make sure that they are spending money on advertising. Make sure that they are actively engaged in trying, key element here, trying to improve their online presence. These are the businesses that get it, and these are the businesses, the instant you whip this out and say, listen, Google's changed the rules again. Check out this is the exact email right here that they sent the business owners in Australia on the 1st of February. And on the 21st, they started removing businesses. And you know what Google's official response is? We're sorry for any inconvenience that this may cause. You now have their undivided attention. Say, man, I like doing business with you. I don't want to see this happen to you. They can scan the QR code. This is a seed for later. If they have a smartphone, they can scan it, go right to the Google forum where they're talking about what Google's doing. And it really is only a matter of time before Google changes the rules here again for the maps. And by the way, the reason I did lose my maps listing is because they upgraded the maps. They changed the format from that Google Places way back when to the new format, and it had removed it. I dropped off, and it was because I didn't have everything optimized, and that's how I learned all this stuff. So, I mean, like I said, since 2009, it's been a game. It's been a long going process. All right, let me see. I know I just blasted through a bunch, so let me stop here and ask you guys, does anybody have any questions as to what I've covered so far? John says, we all matter. That is exactly right. Wow. Wow, that's incredible. Lance is asking a very, very, very good question. Lance wants to know, how do I identify businesses that are spending money on advertising? And Lance, the answer to that question is AdWords. If they're spending money on AdWords or a billboard or the Yellow Pages or any form of advertisement, the Valpak, Groupons, any form of advertisement, if they're not spending any money on advertisement, either A, they have no budget, or B, they don't get it. And that's not a company that is going to. Now, let me clean that statement up, though. Let me say this. If there's a business that is struggling, they may not have an advertising budget. And if you like doing business with them, I am telling you from a karma perspective, help them. Make a video testimonial. Ask them, hey, listen, can I use you as a case study to help get my career going? I am telling you, asking them if they will just cover the expenses. A few $100s is all it is a month, and I'm going to bring thousands in the door. And this is exactly what I say to make this work like magic. This is bonus material, by the way. I say, listen, if you'll cover the expenses, a couple $100, let's get this thing going. And once it's going, until it produces money and you get money back in your bank account, I don't want another dime from you, because the whole goal of what I do is to make it produce profits. I don't want anything that does not produce profits. It's got to have at least a 5-to-1 return. Sometimes, depending on what the niche is, I say 10-to-1 return, 10-to-1 on return, whatever it is that I want to do. But they have to try and the businesses that they have to have a high per customer value. If it's something, oh, you don't want to do this for the dollar store, even if, because it's their value, their profit, even though they have good profits, the per customer value is not very high. You can help businesses that have a high per customer value, and it is much easier to do. So Lance, excellent question, and here we go. There we go. Oh, thank you, James. No, it's actually true. Tom, I'm not sure what we're trying to get around. Either I missed your first comment, or you picked up the question in half a thought. Hey, Cap. Yeah, Queen's get it. If they are not advertising, just say next. That is exactly right. All right, excellent. Um, and Tom, I we'll talk about that later. There we go. All right, next. Here's the single biggest frustration that. Oh, here's the single biggest frustration that I know. Um, you guys experience from being an offline marketer point of view, and it's you have to cut through the noise. These business owners are getting bombarded daily, endlessly with marketing calls, emails. I mean, I can open up my email for Above and Beyond Auto Repair, a shop that I sold 2 years ago, and I've got, we can't find you on page one, and RE your web presence, and I mean, it's just endless, the spam that I get all the time from all these SEO companies and all that. So these guys, they're immune to anything that is normal. And what I mean by anything that is normal is, as you're going to businesses and you approach businesses cold, it is a much more difficult game. And that's why that's why I'm encouraging you to start with businesses you already interact with, know, like, and trust. And because you're spending money with them, they are somewhat obligated to reciprocate, especially if you're bringing value to the table first. And when you're bringing value to the table first by being a patron, that's step one of cutting through the noise. The second part of cutting through the noise is asking the magic questions. Can I post this online? Nobody but a decision maker can give you the answer to, can I post it online? If you say, who would I talk to that's in charge of your marketing, you're going to get shuffled off and taken down to another path that you're going to have to climb a completely different ladder on. But when you present, and I've got some other examples that we can cover, but when you ask the magic question, you get taken to the decision maker. When you cut through the noise and you're developing that rapport, that's where the magic happens. And for me, Mike's Camera Store, that story changed everything. When I asked him, hey, you did such a great job. Can I make a video testimonial and post it online? That was 2.5 years ago. It's still on page one for Mike's Camera Store in Lone Tree. And I think got 1,500 plus views. They get calls on it. I've talked to them. They got 4 locations. It's just absolutely incredible. When you break through, it looks like I went away. There we go. I'm back. When you break through the noise, that's where the game changes. And you've got to understand, when you approach a business owner and they say, well, Wes, we've got a team on this, or I have somebody that takes care of this, and I have somebody that takes care of all. You're not breaking through the noise, and that's where the frustration can come in. When you start presenting value first, and you walk in the door, and you're in for, hey, I like doing business here, and are you aware that Google has changed the rules? That's breaking through the noise. You're a live person. You're standing there. And that's what Don did. Don took action. He went, he talked to live individuals, he got the rapport started, and then he said, hey, listen, are you aware of what Google is doing? I would hate to see this happen to you. And within a week, he was able to close 9 deals. And on the 9 deals, the email that I received from him, and I'm not making this up, he said, I got a 400-to-1 return on my investment. On February 15th, the first round of this, where I found out about this coming in, I said, take immediate action. He spent the $9, and he got the laminate card, had it downloaded, and closed 9 clients in the week. Now, let's see here. Sorry about that. Rick is asking one more time, what exactly is Google doing? Rick, read the laminate card on the gift that I just gave you. Go to this link right here and read what Google has done to the business owners. They are deleting business listings. If you don't, check this out, Rick. If you don't, this is Google, due to changes in Google Maps. we'd like to inform you that unless you review and confirm the information in your Google Places account, we will no longer be able to keep it and show it to Google users after February 21st, 2014. This started in Australia and has spread across Europe. This is immensely huge. If you wish to keep your listing active, please follow these 3 easy steps. There's nothing easy about taking time out of a busy business owner's day to go mess with Google, because Google does not make this easy. You've got to optimize in pictures. You've got to come up with, you pick the categories. Google is like the most, it took me weeks to figure out how to learn to optimize just a portion of my business for the Google Places, and then they go and they change the platform again. Log into your Google Places account, review and update your information, and click the submit button. Well, what if somebody's already claimed your business? What if Google decides that you're trying to spam your own business? I've had that happen. Because now all of a sudden you're logging in from a different computer. Google detects that you're logging in from a different computer, so therefore we're just going to lock you out until you prove your identity. We'd prefer if you give us your firstborn names, birth certificate. We want cell phones. They want oh, by the way, you can't go do any of this until you jump on Google Plus and you give us all your information in Google Plus, personal and business. You cannot claim a business page anymore until you have your personal Google Plus page. So they're forcing business owners to comply with Google's rules to be able to remain on Google. And if you don't want to comply and you don't want to play their game, we will no longer be able to keep and show it to Google users. They are forcing business owners into jump through their hoops. Here's the bad part. When the business owner calls up and says, listen, you pulled off my maps, Google's going to say, oh yeah, you know what, would you like the top spot back? We have an AdWords campaign platform where we can certainly, if you are the highest bidder, we'll give you that top spot. If you proactively help business owners take action now and help them navigate through the maze of the hoops that Google wants them to jump through, this will this will just help protect, but it will help you build the value that they need to see, business owners need to see, as you being a valuable asset to the development and growth of their company. Because now you've just taken this burden. You've come in, you say, this is what I do all day long. Here, I want to help you. Let's protect your business on this. And then, by the way, there's some other things that I noticed that we can correct at the same time. Let's fix your title tag for your site. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do these. And the door opens up. And Greg is asking a fantastic question. Do you know when this will start happening in the U.S.? Greg, I do not, and Google does not. Google said this isn't going to happen at all, and it's happening. Google does not disclose what Google is doing. Google, it's a surprise by Google. It's a Google drive-by. You never know what you're going to get, because what the rules are today might be different later on today. Google, some days Google makes 5, 6, 7 changes. It's just incredible. I think last year somebody gave me the number. They made like 785 changes. That's more than 2 changes a day at least. More than 2. And Robert, yes, I am going to attempt to have a replay and recording. And because of the maps this morning, or the date going out, I also rescheduled this for the 19th for those that didn't make it. By then, this is my first run through this of presenting this information. As you can tell, I'm as live gets. I just, bam, here you go. Because I want you guys to be able to take action fast and be able to get this going. Now, something that I do want to share is that once you've got the process going and your core paradigm message has shifted, I have had tremendous luck. I want to, if you guys are willing, I want to share with you what I've been doing. Once I have rapport going, I want to share with you guys, and I want to show you exactly what I've been cleaning up. I start with, are you aware of the changes that Google has made? And this is here's a copy of my card. This is the exact one that I use right here. This right here, Google's changed the rules again. Don't let this happen to you. And down here in the bottom, it says this started in Australia and is on its way here. No more listing equals lot less business. Wesley J. Harrison, marketing expert, e-commerce solution specialist with my phone number. Boom. I don't change anything else on here because I didn't need to. And once I show them this and I say, here's the actual email that the Australian business owners are screaming on the forum about. Go, look, see what I'm talking about. I can help you prevent this. And unanimously, still, 2 weeks later, I am still at a 100% success ratio with each and every business owner I have talked to. And I'm not talking, I want to show you. Oh, thank you. I will fix it. Australia, I did. Sorry. Trey, I will fix that. Yeah, everybody's like, oh, Wes, the Australia's wrong. It just goes to show a mistake is all right. Just take action. Action is most important. And Anthony pointed out on my email, I had founder misspelled and Levy, the Levy misspelled. But that's okay. And Kat, it's all over the place. It's not just related to just Canada. This one is the Canada, but you can go to the Google Places Business Forum and you can look it up. This right here, more importantly, starts establishing the fact that they know that Google makes changes daily. And I'll fix all this. Google does make changes daily. And here's the beautiful part. Once I've showed them this and they're like, well, Wes, how do we do that? I tell them, log into your Google Places account, update all your information, and make sure that it's verified. Make sure that everything, your categories are right. Make sure that your images are optimized properly. Make sure, and you know what? That's the last we ever even talk about it, because now I have the door open and we're talking about it. I do actually, there's a few clients that I just throw in, hey, I'll tell you what, since you're going to do all this, I'll take care of that for you. And we'll proactively put a package together and keep you going. And what I'm talking about is I've built this, and Dr. Miner is like, Wes, this is amazing. Now, he opted to go in, once I presented the information, he opted to go in and spend the time to modify his own Google Places listing. He has texted me 2 or 3 different questions about proper selection of the categories and stuff like that. But more importantly, he bought the website because his website didn't look good. So I built him this one. But I got the door open through sharing the information that I'm sharing with you. Same thing happened here. Chiropractic. Dr. Tomlinson, I mentioned to, well, Dr. Tomlinson and I, we go way back. But when I mentioned to him that, hey, Google's going to be doing this, and if you look at Tomlinson Chiropractic, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Let's just go. This is his site. I'm like, Doc, let me fix you up. Let me make something that looks good. He's like, all right, how much? Landscaping. This huge, I just started talking to the landscapers, and portion 1 of 3 portions, I was there last week, and I did some video work because I started the ball rolling by talking about the changes that Google is making all the time. They lost their website, but for a completely different reason. She didn't pay the people. She didn't pay the people that had her in the golden handcuffs. That's another part of this equation that people don't understand, is that golden handcuffs, business owners don't realize they do not own their domain. And when you show them, say, look, you don't even own your business. Your advertising is not even yours. If you stop paying that bill, you go away. Let's proactively, let's build a campaign so that at some point you can sever that tie with them. There are so many snakes in the grass, and that's the frustration that these business owners have. And when you just present the information and say, listen, Google's making changes all the time. For example, look what's going on here in Canada. Look what's going on down in Australia. Look what's going on in Europe. Look what's going on here in the States. Google's testing all these things, and they're going to change. It's going to happen here. I'm telling you right now, it's going to come this way. I have been in this far too long. I have seen so many changes. Google will adapt something. If it doesn't work, they will change it again. They'll adapt it again. And they're constantly making everybody jump through hoops unless you're spending $100,000 a month with them. If you're not spending $100,000 a month with them, you don't matter. This is another one, the AC. This is my AC campaign. By the way, I am showing you real stuff that I am really actively involved in. Here's another one. My Miranda's actual first client, the hair extensions. That's what the Hayden Hair Salon wants to be selling, is more of these. Miranda's own site. 6 weeks ago, Miranda didn't know how to even set up WordPress or anything. So this just starts getting the ball rolling. Again, this site here is I modified my account. I've started optimizing it and claiming my listings. I just wanted to share with you real, when you go from this, you go, hey Doc, I'd like to fix this up. How about something like this, or 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 like this? Would this be something that you're interested in? And you'd be amazed. You would be amazed at the responses, and because you presented value first. and Keith, I completely agree. Golden handcuffs are something that you want to sell, not necessarily buy. And you know what, since we're on that, let me share with you this. Lead generation campaigns. For example, this one right here, Heating and Cooling Kansas City. I just forward the phone numbers to my client and I charge it. So it's a lead generation campaign. If they spend thousands of dollars, they can buy the actual Orthotics Kansas City. This is another example. I lease that one. Chiropractic, I lease that one. This one is theirs. The landscaping one, this is actually theirs. They paid me enough that this is theirs. So, and then obviously mine is mine, Miranda's is hers. The Hayden Hair Extensions, this is also hers because she paid enough that it's hers. So there is lead generation definitely is very important. And what gives you more leverage is that if you develop your lead generation campaign and you show them a return on investment, say, listen, I only want to deliver customers to you, and if it's not paying for itself, I don't want any money from you. Again, that's a game changer. They haven't heard those words. Everybody that they have talked to wants money for nothing. If you come in and you say, listen, here's what I want to present, and until it pays for itself, I don't even want any more. You break through the noise. Anthony, a lot. Anthony is asking a very specific question, and I'll just read it. Just curious, how much is they paid enough to buy their lead generation websites? Anthony, it was a lot. It was. I looked for the cringe point, and I knew what they were spending, and so because I knew I was better, I took their price that they were spending, and I added 10% to it, and I said, if you want something like that, here you go. And they went, oh, okay. I said, all right. Cringe point, exactly. Just look for your cringe point. Now, what I want to share with you guys there, I gave you the gift on that one. The card, I'll get the card fixed up and all that good stuff. I'm going to get rid of these. I will keep this one here for a comparison. Actually, I want to show you this one. This worked like magic here, too. Let's go back to this one, because this is what did this one. Does anybody want to see what I did for the magic? For the magic on this one, that actually she broke out her checkbook and cut me a check before I even asked. And here's what did it. She was talking about, oh, I really like my old site. And I'm like, you do? So I took their old site and I added it to the end of this one. And when I showed her old site, I said, well, here's your old site. And so if you want that one, that's fine. You know, you can keep that. Or you could have, well, I already have it. Or you could have this. Which one do you want? And when she compared the two side by side, in fact, it was this picture specifically. She's like, I love that picture. And I'm like, yeah, it looks a little bit better than that one. If you guys want to see these are live. Whoops. .com mold. There we go. You can go to the websites and see them. This is her old site, and that's what. Now she focused in on these. She's like, I really like those circles. Can we get these circles put on here? And I said, yeah, no problem, I can do that. And there's a whole nother side to this that we aren't going to go down, because I want to make sure that you understand what's going on. So I had squares in here that looked really nice, and there's a whole nother class on this, but I had squares in there. She's like, oh, I want those circles. Can you put the circle? I'm like, sure. It only takes like 3 seconds to add these circles in here. So I did it. And the first thing she said was, oh, these circles look funny. Can we make them squares? And I'm like, well, you already said always limit your revisions is the lesson that you learn on that one. And that's one of the important things about this entire presentation is I want to help you get the ball rolling. So let's recap this one more time. How Don was able to close 9 clients in a week was he took action. He presented value with businesses that he was already interacting with. He went to them and he said, listen, I would like to help you keep your business. I want to help you keep this from happening to you. And he took his laminate card, he presented it, he got the rapport going, and then he just started sharing some of the things that he could help them with. That is where everything goes, and especially when you change your paradigm the way that I shared earlier about when you can describe a person's wants, when you can describe a person's fears and frustrations, wants and desires to them better than they can describe it themselves, they instantly perceive you as the expert and automatically assume you have the solutions they seek. By Dr. Woodsmall. That changes your paradigm. Now, the next thing that helps change your paradigm is if you have the tools and the resources available, already made for you to be able to do this. And so what I did is I threw together a web page that has the laminate cards, the PSDs. Now, when I did this 2 weeks ago, a few of the questions came up that were, would you modify and change the names? And so here's, in a nutshell, this is what I want to help you get going with, is I would like to give you guys the Google Changes the Rules, again, PSD file, or better yet, for those that want to take action today, I will personally modify your laminate card in the PSD file and ship you the laminate cards by tomorrow. Also, tomorrow I want to have a workshop. It will be it'll be at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. where I will show you exactly what I say, how I say it, how I use my card. I will answer any of the questions that you guys have about what do I say in this situation, what do I say in that situation, how do I get the ball rolling. I will share in the workshop, I will share with you, if you can't get out in person to present this information to people, I will share with you the exact way that I used physical mailer to get, I sent out 100 physical mailers, and I think we're at 12 or 15 now. I don't remember exactly. It's between 12 and 15 closed clients from a physical mailer. I will share with you exactly how I did it. And I actually didn't even use this yet, but through the follow-up calls, by presenting this information, it helped tremendously to get through to the person in charge. I will share that in the workshop tomorrow. The next thing, earlier, at the beginning of this presentation, and Keith is asking about postcards. No, it wasn't postcards. At the beginning of the presentation, I asked everybody about their niches. Then I showed you some of the niche sites that I have. Anybody, for the first 25 people that sign up with me today for the workshop tomorrow, I want to give you a generic copy of the theme that I use to build each and every one of these sites on. The landscaping, the chiropractic, all that. These are all built on the foundation of the Divi theme produced by Elegant Themes. I contacted Nick Roach and I asked him specifically if I could share this with my clients, and he said absolutely. What he cannot do is give you the support that you would get with a Elegant Themes membership. But I want to show you something about why I love this theme so much. I've been using this for several weeks now, but I want to show you this right here on the blog. Look at this. This is just absolutely incredible. By the way, this is a fantastic resource of information. They've got all kinds of good information. But look at this. Divi undergoes intensive security audit by Securi. And if you are not aware of what Securi is the premium go-to web coding hack specialist. They charge hundreds of dollars an hour to help resolve your WordPress problems. Look at this. This is just incredible. Because it came through, the code audit found 0 issues. They didn't believe it, so they ran it 3 more times. That's what's in this theme. And Elegant Themes, Nick over at Elegant Themes said, Wes, you can share this if you want. What Miranda and I did is we put together a pre-built niche theme that has 7 pages inside of it, already designed and ready to go. The only thing that you need to do is add your artwork and your content. I put in all the plugins for like the DW download bar. I put everything in here that you need. The cloning software, everything is in there. I have I will do a class for how to go in there and open everything up. But if you want the theme, it is right there. I mean, I will give you the generic theme, and we can talk from there. All the themes I've showed you today are part of the entire. Where is it here? All the themes that I showed you today are built on the Divi foundation. I'm changing everything over. I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to post it in here in the box. And so here's what you recap real fast is I'm going to give you the laminate cards where you're going to get the Google changes the rules again, and I will correct the Australia part. I didn't realize that I'd misspelled it. I will personalize. If you tell me what name and phone number down here at the footer, I will personalize your name and your phone number and put whatever message you want down here at the bottom. Up here at the top, if you want this changed, I will change this also. The body of this is working so well. Don't fix what's not broken. But if you want a statement up here and you want a statement down here, you tell me what you want it to stay, and I will put it there for you. Miranda and I will bust our butts all night tonight to get everybody taken care of so that your laminate card A is, and there's three different variations of this card. You can have the blank bottom, you can have the one that does not have this post-it arrow or post-it note right here, and then there's the, and I don't know why it's not pulling up. I apologize. This is what I'm talking about right here. If you want me to change your name, phone number, I can put it right there. I can change this to say whatever you want, and I can change this to say whatever you want. If you want this changed up here, I can change that. Just tell me what you want it to say. I'll personalize it. The generic theme site. Let me see if I can pull up desktop server so that I can show you what the generic theme looks like live. Let's see. I hope we don't lose our webinar connection. I posted the link to PayPal. There's no fancy sales page. There's nothing. Just go to the link in PayPal. If you sign up, it will take you over to the registration page for tomorrow night's webinar. You'll be paid in full. Anybody that bought last week, your laminate cards, the revised laminate cards, are in the members area. As soon as this class is over, I will go correct the spelling on Australia. But you can open up Photoshop and change it there too. And let me see what we got. Lance, you can change it yourself. There are some people that do not have the Photoshop capabilities with Photoshop. By the way, Adobe has the Photoshop on special for $9 a month, which is awesome. Let me show you guys a little behind the scenes of what we've got here. Maybe. Now, you know what? It may not let me into desktop server. It's not going to let me in. With GoToWebinar going, it's not going to let me in. It's using the port. Well, the generic theme has home, about us, contact us, specials, and it's home, our services. There's 7 pages already pre-built into it, the most common 7 pages. Services and specials are the 2 ones that are not on the menu. Heidi, the PSD file is available in the members area, which is part of the $27 for the theme and the Photoshop files. I made it as cheap as possible. Let's see. Ben is asking about the Adobe Photoshop special. Let's see if it's still going. I told you guys about it in class a couple weeks ago. Oh, figures I clicked on an ad. Here you go. Adobe. Paste. There you go. You're welcome. Sorry that the desktop server won't fire up and let me show you guys the pre-made theme. But all these themes are all built on the same. I just took the same foundation and I built all these themes on the same foundation. If you guys want more information from the Elegant Themes, Elegant Themes is only, check this out. This is freaking amazing. I mean, I'll give you the done version that I have so that you can just start without having to worry about uploading and getting everything going. I just put a link in the Dropbox over to the Elegant Themes. And this Elegant Themes, let me show you what happens. For the $39 that they want, you get access to 86 other themes plus the full support and all their plugins. It's crazy. Oh, wait a second. On the 39, I don't think that you get the access to the plugins. But when you go here, if you want to know everything Divi related, and I want to be very transparent, the Divi theme completely blows all their other themes off the map, just so FYI. And then if you go to their blog and then you type in Divi, this will take you to all the relevant Divi themes for the security audit, and then they've got all kinds of neat stuff in here. And they're at version 1.6, by the way. Anybody that takes advantage of getting the done-for-you niche theme that I have, if you want the automatic updates that are built into it from Elegant Themes, you will need to grab their Elegant Themes update. And James is asking a great question. James, I don't have a fancy slideshow going over everything to show you on the screen, but here's exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get the new revised laminate card, and everybody that purchased the original laminate card, your revisions are already in your members area, but this is the laminate card right here. That is what you want to take. I will personalize for the people that act today. I will personalize. If you tell me what you want it to say at the top or down at the bottom, I will personalize it with your message. And what I'm talking about, James, is right down here. I added my name right here at the bottom. I will add your name down there, and I will put whatever it is that you want down there inside of the Photoshop file. There's 4 images in there. There's this one. There's one without. In fact, here, I'll just show you all 4 of them. Let me open this up. Make it real easy. There's one. This one has no, it's not as clogged with the yellow Post-its. Here's 2. This one is one that I like. Here's 3. And then so there's 1, 2, 3. So that way you could open this up and Snag It or any other photo editor, and you can customize the bottom yourself. And then mine is I'm just using mine as an example. This is the one that I actually misspelling everything. This is the one that I actually used. Then, and you get the Photoshop. And you get the Photoshop file. This is the whole thing right here. And the Photoshop file. The next thing is the workshop that you'll be enrolled in automatically tomorrow at 7. If you can't make the workshop, I will record the workshop so that you have access to it. And then for the first 25 people that sign up today, I will give you a generic website that is it's the foundation that I have built all of these websites on, that pass the security, that I have built all of these websites on, mine, Miranda's, the landscaping one, all of them. The wire framework already pre-built, pages pre-populated, everything is there. All you have to do is add your content and your artwork. And then I will answer any of the questions that you guys have. And then on this one here, I'll even give you your choice. If there's a niche, that you guys specifically want, Miranda and I are making more and more of them. We may, if there's one that rises to the top that everybody wants, I may also make that available. And the reason I say that is there was a lot of people asking for dental and a lot of people asking for chiropractor. And since I already have one of those made, I may give you the one that's already pre-populated with the generic artwork for the chiropractic niche. I just don't have all the niches that there are possibly covered. I just have some. So if there's something in particular, I will help. And Max, the workshop tomorrow is separate from last week's because of the website that's being included, but the laminate card revisions are included. You have those in your members area from last week. And then Robert wants to know, is it possible, if I don't need the website and I don't need the laminate card, is it possible to just join the workshop? And Robert, yes, the workshop is going to be, there's going to be so much more involved in the workshop that I want to under promise and over deliver. So I'm just going to leave it at that. But Robert, I can assure you that the $27, I mean, Dawn got a 400-to-1 return on investment from last week or the week before's webinar, and I can assure you that tomorrow's workshop, if you apply and take action on the information I'm going to give you and share with you, you will get a 400-to-1 return on your investment. And if you don't, you know, I really don't want your money. If you're unwilling to talk to live human beings and you're unwilling to provide value, then I'm probably not the best fit for you. And it may not be I'm sorry it's not a smooth sales talk, but I'm not here to play games and pull the wool over anybody's eyes. I want to deliver tools that I'm out here doing this stuff for real. I mean, here's Doc's website, and this is landscaping. I showed you the beginning, I showed you the after. I'm not mentioning any specific prices, but let me just put it this way. They made my car payment for several months. So, I mean, and I drive a 2010 Nissan Murano, and I love my Murano. I bought it brand new. And so I am tickled pink, you know, at being able to share these tools with you live. Thank you, Queen. Oh, Anthony, you mentioned that last time. Thank you. As you can tell, we're not the best spellers in the world. Miranda misspelled possibilities too. I've told her that, she forgot to do it. Hey, Max. Max was asking one more time what the workshop is about, and then we're going to wrap this up because we're at the top of the hour. The workshop tomorrow, Max, is I am going to share with you. Here we go. I'm going to go over it one more time. The entire workshop is going to include the revised and revision of the laminate card. If you'll contact me and you'll tell me what you want the laminate card to say, I will revise it for you. If you do not have Photoshop, I will put whatever you want up here at the top. And trust me, this works just absolutely fine. And I will put whatever you want down here at the bottom. I supplied mine just to show you what I did with my card. I put my name, marketing expert, e-commerce solution specialist right here at the bottom. I can change this however you want. Well, hello, Bob. Bob, you're in. And yes, I will, Robert, I am attempting to record. The next thing that you're going to get is a niche, the generic done-for-you niche that I already have packaged up. Nobody's asked about this, but I want to share with you that I have it wrapped up in Backup Buddy with a Backup Buddy tutorial, or I have it in WP Clone by WP Clone Academy. I have the instructions. WP Clone by WP Clone Academy is all you do is you install WordPress, a clean install of WordPress, and then you go to your plugins, you install WP Clone, and then you tell it restore from. And I will give you the restore from URL, and then you push I accept, which just says that they have no responsibility if it blows up your WordPress installation, and then it installs, and it takes, from beginning to end, it takes less than 3 minutes, and you're set up, you're ready to go. You'll have the pages pre-populated, everything, you'll be ready to go. You're ready to go right out of the box. And Keith, Elegant Themes, actually, Keith, that is a fantastic question. Keith is specifically asking, to clarify, is the license for the website developer so that we can provide to our clients, or will we need to buy the theme from Elegant Themes people? I would like to, Estrelita, I'll send it to you. Keith, I would like to make sure that you understand, and Elegant Themes is one of the few WordPress providers that fully 100% embraces the WordPress GPL licensing. And once you've received the software, there are absolutely no restrictions on how you're able to use it for your clients and for your patronage. It is 100%. They want to encourage you to expand upon the foundation of what they built. Number one. Number two, Keith, just because of that exact question, and I was unclear until I contacted Nick Roach, I bought the developer's license, which if you buy the theme through me, you have complete usage rights to use the theme however you want. The fallback is that you must include the GPL licensing in the version that you give your clients, because as soon as you provide the software to your clients, they have the right to build and expand upon it. And let me show you exactly where all this is coming from so that there is no miscommunication about this in any way, shape, or form. The only thing that Elegant Themes will not do is provide you support for the theme that you got from me. And for $39, Keith, I'm telling you, you get a client, you sell. These websites, by the way, you guys, under promise, over deliver type stuff, these websites are selling for $5,000. I'm just telling you right off the bat, these things are, and they don't take months to build. Miranda and I have it down to where we could whip out one of these beautiful websites in about 6 hours from beginning to end. And that's just her working on it. And then I go through and I put my Wes Mahojo on it, and because I want to optimize it the way that I want it optimized. About 6 hours. And I'm telling you, they're responsive, they work great. But I want everybody here, this is a very important lesson for all of you. Once you understand this and you read this, it will make complete sense to you. When you go to commercial themes, let's go to themes, then I want to go to commercial. And read this paragraph very, very carefully. Rhonda, I'll get it for you. Right here. While our directory is full of fantastic themes, sometimes people want to use something that they know has support behind it and don't mind paying for that. Contrary to popular belief, GPL doesn't say that everything must be zero cost, just that when you receive the software or theme, that it cannot restrict your freedoms in how you use it. Read that again. That is very, 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 very important. Elegant Themes fully embraces the GPL licensing. They are one of the top licensing embracers. And everybody keeps asking for my Elegant Themes link. Let me give that to you again. It is right here. There's the workshop. And Elegant Themes. It's wesleyharrison.com recommends copy. Here you go. Paste. Let me put in the workshop link one more time for those of you that didn't get it. This just goes right over to PayPal too, by the way. I didn't put up the fancy funnels and flows and all that. And anybody that gets in, if you guys get in, you will have the contact information right at the very top of the screen. If you'll call me and leave a message and tell me what you want on the very top of your banner, I will try and have that done tonight or tomorrow before the workshop. If you tell me what you want up here and you tell me what you want down here in the footer and provide, you know, just call that number, leave a message. Miranda and I will get that done. I will also, well, we'll go over the rest. We'll go over the theme and everything else in the workshop tomorrow. I just threw that in as a last minute type deal. Yes, Detliv, I will get you covered. If you just email me over at support@wesleyharrison.com too, and you can tell me what you want. If you're out of the country, let me know one way or another what you want at the top, and I will, in the members area, I will have the recording going for you. Rhonda, I'm probably going to shut it down here in, well, when my time is full, that's when I'm going to, like, exit. I'm only thinking a couple days at the most. Rhonda, by the way, I'm going to, because of my dates, I got the dates mixed up on, I didn't catch that GoToWebinar reverted back to the 19th. Because so many people asked about it, I went ahead and I opened up the webinar for the 19th, where we're going to do basically the same thing again on the 19th. And by then, I'm going to refine this. I can tell you this, though. I'll share this with you. The $27 now it's going to be $49, if not more, by the 19th, because I'm going to have the whole sales funnel set up and all the other stuff. And anybody that gets in now is going to be included in whatever the next version is. Max, you can have the laminate cards. The only thing that I'm not including is the actual theme website. That's an extra over bonus. In Estrelita, I ran the Google the QR code through my website redirect. You can make it say whatever you want, and I just did that for convenience rather than getting that big chunk of text to show up on somebody's phone. We just want it to look good. We can make it whatever you want. Yeah, Scott is asking one more time about the workshop, and it looks like I closed the. Looks like I accidentally closed my notepad. All right, the workshop. First off, open question and answer. Any questions that you have, I will answer. I will try my absolute best. You can ask me anything about any of the successes that I am enjoying. You can ask me, because this is going to be a closed workshop. So you can ask me how much I'm charging for the orthotic site or whatever it is. I will share with you some intimate details. I will give you the lessons learned. I will share with you things that you will pull your freaking hair out over if you don't know this going in. For example, let me just give you a golden nugget. If you throw one of these sites together for a customer and you forgot to ask them what color scheme they like, you will pull your hair out. If you ask them going into it, what colors are your favorite colors? What colors do you like? They're going to say, oh, I don't know. Go ahead and pick for me. That is leverage number one. Because then when you present it and they go, oh, that looks great, but can you make it green? For example, a real life example right here. You see Dr. Tomlinson's deal right here. Let's find it here. I think I got rid of it. Let's get rid of this one. Let's go ahead and get rid of this one. Here we go. Dr. Tomlinson, this is his website. So I throw together something for him. I'm like, Doc, how about this one? Bear with me. There we go. Oh, wrong one. Even this one was another learning curve. So I put this one together. Now there's no comparison between these two. Here's this, and here's this. And he's like, wow, that looks freaking awesome. That looks great. Can we make it red, white, and blue? He wants the color of the Patriots. I told him no. There you go, John. John is sharing. John is sharing that working with WordPress has created an industrial strength immune system. You know, it's amazing because here's the funny part. On the landscaping on this one, I asked her, I said, what content do you want on the website? And they said, please use the content that we already have on our old website. I said, okay. So I put it on there. So then when I'm talking to her, she says, well, I don't like these circles. Yet that's specifically what she requested. Then she told me that the content that's on the website is inaccurate because they never had the time to go through the actual content and proofread it before the old website was public. And so there needs to be some changes made. At that point, here's golden nugget lesson number 2. Oh, and she also wants up here, she does not want, check this out, this is critical and important, she doesn't want, Charles, the theme, the generic theme is a bonus. You're going to get it in tomorrow's workshop. Charles is asking, is the theme not included? The theme, I am giving you a generic theme that is pre-built, that has 7 pre-built pages. And Charles, you will have that at tomorrow's workshop. I have to put it together. I wanted to, for everybody that purchased, type in the niche theme that you got or that you guys want. And I will, Miranda and I will work our butts off tonight to build a niche theme just to show you that it's possible. We're going to work our butt off tonight to build the niche theme that's the most popular. So if you guys will type in what theme you want, and Rodney's typing in restaurant. Can I share another golden nugget? I know I'm getting a little sidetracked from this ideal. Remind me to come back to this ideal. But Rodney, this is important. Restaurants don't have a high per customer value. You know, $20, you have to bring 400 people in the door at $20 per person to be able to have the restaurant afford to pay you thousands of dollars a month. So Rodney, per high customer. Now Scott is on it. Scott's got dental, especially an orthodontist. Quinn has got plumber. These are high per when, and I will share with this. This is the kind of things that we're gonna go deeper into in the workshop tomorrow. Sense of urgency is so critically important to your success. Anything that you can build that has a sense of urgency. There's no sense of urgency in I want my grass mowed unless the city is issuing you a citation and that tree has to be removed or pruned or trimmed, something like that. Anything with a sense of urgency for a lead generation campaign, you will knock it out of the park. For example, when you have a plumbing disaster and there's water overflowing from the commode and it's running down your hallway, when you're looking for an emergency plumber in whatever city it is, you're not calling to ask for discounts. You're calling to find out how fast can you get here. And if you follow the recommended suggestions and you happen to have your lead generation site on #1 spot, then you're going to be the one that's referring the phone calls, and then you can ask that plumber, say, hey, listen, you know, this is how many calls I sent you. But during an emergency situation, that ticket, there's already a service call which just pays for your campaign. Now, a plumbing campaign is not thousands of dollars a month, and that's something that we can cover in the workshop tomorrow. I can teach you how to show a client how much value you can bring to the table. And I'm not talking about, you know, $1,000 or $2,000. I'm talking about $20,000, $30,000 campaigns a month. And that's part of tomorrow's workshop. Of course, I don't have time to do everything, but on these type of questions you guys can ask me, I'll show you how to justify, how to show how much value you can bring. Because when you show them the reports, and that I'm going to teach you how to do very quickly, very easily, and you say, look, you know, here you go. Would you like this at 1/10 of the price? And it's still, even at 1/10 of what they're giving Google, is still thousands of dollars monthly to your pocket. It changes your paradigm, especially, and let's go full circle here. And then I'm going to get back to this lesson right here because this is important. But especially when you get the door open, you say, listen, Google's always changing the rules. I don't want to see this happen to you. How about if we do, and you get the rapport built and you get it going, and it's just amazing. It makes all the difference in the world when you're providing value. And then when you can go and you can say, hey, I've got a little theme that I can throw something together real fast. Would you, after I build it, would you take a look at it and see, you know, if it's something that you'd be interested in? Every time, especially when you give them the comparison from this to this. I mean, there's no comparison. So Max is asking what themes can we choose from. Max, I have the Divi theme foundation pre-built with generic. It's just a generic pre-built theme that I've already built. It's the wireframe structure. If you guys will tell me what theme, whichever one. In fact, you know what? There was enough people that typed in here. Let's do it, and then we're going to wrap it up. I went way over. It appears to be chiropractic restaurant, rhinoplasty, dental. Okay. Yeah, when they have no other choice. Does anybody, I didn't mean to go this long, does anybody have any final questions before I wrap this up? Because if you do, I'll answer it. Carpet cleaners, plumbers. Hey, there we go. We got plumbers rising to the top. Seems to be plumbing. I'm going to have to count these up because it also looks like chiropractic. Max, yeah, I'm going to try and get a replay. Anthony, there really isn't one. After you go to PayPal, it takes you back over to the registration page, and then that takes you back over to the page of where it is. I just haven't put it all together yet. So if you get stuck, send me an email. Marge is asking about nutritional supplements. You know, Marge, it's interesting that you bring that up because Dr. Tomlinson asked me if we could add something for nutritional supplements too. So believe it or not, that's in the works. And Heidi, on that one, I'll get you fixed up here. Hold on a second. Stay with me, and I'll send you over the link. If you were already registered from last week, it's because it recognized you on the system. Bob, you're absolutely right. Max, I'm going to keep it open for probably just a few days. Heidi, bear with me. I'm going to get you that. I'm going to get you that right now, I think. Yes. Heidi. There we go. Heidi, try that for me and tell me if that works. I can't do it on my screen, otherwise it'll be live for the world. Live for the world. Kath, I haven't looked, but you've been with me for so long that you can reach out. I will take care of you because you've been with me forever. Max, yes, the workshop is at 7 p.m. tomorrow, Central Time. And you're welcome. Oh, let me get you the link. Let's go back to here. Got another person asking for the link. That's okie dokie. Here we go. There's no long drawn out sales funnel. It just takes you right over to PayPal. And then PayPal will take you back around over to the to the page. Heidi, double check that because I just checked it. I turned off my screen and I just checked it and it did work through. It may be because there was a space. You might have a space in there. If you do the / the extension, it is live. Double check it. And Quinn, yes, Quinn is asking, what happens if a business owner is already aware that they've lost their business listings? Can we help them? Absolutely. You know, Google changing all these rules all the time makes it so difficult to keep up with, and this is why it works so fantastic for you. Especially, I mean, more important than anything is as you go out and you intermix and you start talking with business owners, it will explode your success ratio. It really, really will. Okay, good. Heidi says she got it. Awesome. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Good deal. All right, for everybody that is in, I want to say thank you so very, very much. At the very top of my website, right here, there is a phone number right there. If you will call and leave a message on that phone number, I will tell me what it is that you want at the top of the laminate card. I will create it, and be sure to give me your PayPal email address because it's the only way I'll be able to track it down. I will get I'll try and have, depending on how many people get in, I'll try and have them all done by tomorrow's class. And if I don't, give me till tomorrow night. I will get them all knocked out and get them all done. On the niche theme, it looks like we're having a tie between chiropractor and plumber. Those are the two that have risen to the top. And Max, in answer to your question, if you're a little bit short, in fact, you know, if somebody's a little bit short, go out, take the gift laminate card, go get it laminated. I will re-upload. I'll correct the spelling on Australia. I'll re-upload the card. Actually, I don't think Australia is even on that one. It's blank. Take that, go get it laminated, and go engage in conversation with business owners and ask them. If you're just starting out, ask me if they'll just cover the expenses, a couple $100. If you say that magic phrase, you'll be amazed at what happens. Jim's putting in a vote for plumbers 3 more times. Apparently, he must have a plumbing contractor. And Alex, you know, interesting that you do that. I say that because I actually have a Windows installation company too. In fact, I completely forgot. Forgot about them until you just mentioned it. I have so many, it's crazy. And it's all a matter of just taking action. So with that, we're right at, we've got it here. Oh, oh, Charles rang in on plumber two. There we go. Oh, landscaper. Thank you. Landscape. Here you go. Golden nugget. This here for everybody that's still here. Here is a golden, 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 golden tip, especially for anybody that's done any website and then they're like, yeah, but I want the squares here because these circles look fun. And I just laughed. I'm like, well, you know, I had squares there and you said you wanted the circles, but I can change those back out since I already have them made. And then she says, well, the font for the logo is perfect, but I want the phone number changed. Well, she had told me that she wanted the logo and the phone number to be both in the same font. Here's the golden nugget tip. When she started with, I want the squares instead of the circles, and I reminded her that I had squares and she asked for circles specifically, but that was okay, I'll change it back. And then she said, and the content, that she had never proofread it, even though they specifically told me to grab the content from their old website and put it on there. I said, okay, well, you know, you're going to have to proofread it and you're going to have to supply new content. We can change that out. That's no problem. And then she said, well, and then I want the phone number to be in like Arial font or a different font than what the, and I told her, I said, there's absolutely no problem with doing that. I can certainly change that out. Let me explain to you how this process works. For example, the little change that you want right here with this, I can certainly make that happen, but I already have over 30 hours of my personal time invested in the website. The quote I gave you was for up to 30 hours. We've hit the barrier. I will go ahead and I will make the small minor changes right here in the revisions that you want, and I'll include that. But since you specifically asked for the circles to be here, since you specifically asked for me to use the content that you had already provided, since you specifically asked for the font to be all the same up here at the logo, and now you're deciding that you want to change these things, what I am willing to do is, rather than charge you my normal $350 an hour rate, I'll give you the discount because I really enjoy working with you. Your work is phenomenal. I like that because they put all this together, and their work really is phenomenal. The images are spectacular. Their craftsmanship just rocks. I enjoy all that, and I'm not making it up. It really is true. They do a phenomenal job. And I told her, I said, listen, I will give you the discount rate of $150 an hour, and to make the change on the logo that you want right here, I am very good at what I do, and I'm certain I can have it done in just under an hour. Now, what other modifications would you like to go ahead and make to the website? And she said, well, you know, now that I look at it, it's just fine the way it is. That's the golden tip. Draw the line in the sand, explain to them that you can do anything that they want. Your only limitation is their bank account balance. And it's done. And the reason I'm sharing it with you is because you will experience this. That is reason number 2 for creating lead generation sites that you are in control of. And Anthony says the line, he's seconding the line in the sand is so critically important. And as soon as you explain that you're happy to help them, but for $150 an hour, they all of a sudden all these little things that seem so important are no longer important. Oh no, it's fine the way it is. Here's golden tip number 5000. Is when you explain to them, you know, the website is just the eye candy. Where the real magic happens is on the lead generation campaign that I put together for you. This is just the end point. This is just the eye candy. Where the magic really happens is when I create your sense of urgency lead campaign and we focus on the highest profit products and services that you offer. That's where we want to spend our time. We don't want to spend our time changing this. This is fine. In fact, the phone number in here becomes a click to call. This is a click to call. This is a click to call. Everything's a click to call. You just, because on a mobile phone, it'll click to call. This little stuff right here, when there's a sense of urgency, when your commode is overflowing and you need the emergency plumber, you're not calling to ask about how much. You need a plumber now. That's the sense of urgency that I'm talking about. and in your business with what you guys do. We need to identify the homeowner's sense of urgency, and that's where we focus our time. And magic happens when you throw that out. Yeah, and that's it. And Anthony says he describes the website as just one sign on the corner that you hope people will come. It's the lead generation is where the magic happens. It's about getting the rapport going, getting the rapport built. When you go to a business owner and you say, listen, I enjoy doing business with you. I love your company. I love everything. Are you aware Google's changing the rules again? I'd hate to see this impact you and your business. I'd like to help. Is that possible? It cuts through the noise. It's real. They can verify it. You're not presenting anything. You're not making, and Google changes the rules 15 times a day. And when you come from a place of giving and you come from this point, it makes all the difference in the world. And with that, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you all so very, very, very much for coming. Thank you, Tom, for pointing me back because to this little lesson, this golden nugget is very important. I will see everybody in class tomorrow night. If you have any questions, if you need to get a hold of me, if anything, Skype me, my Skype name. Let me give you guys my Skype name. That way you will have that. That is my Skype name. I will, if you please put in the notation in the box that you were on the webinar so that I know it, I'm not getting spam. Give me something relevant so that I know. Plus, you can also Skype me and tell me what you want on the banner, and I will that will work. So you can call me, you can email me, or you can Skype me. Tom, which link would you like, sir? The workshop link. Paste. There we go. Tom asked for the workshop link one more time, and there is the workshop, and it just takes you over to PayPal. Boom. Maybe it takes you over to PayPal. With so many things going on with the GoToWebinar, sometimes it gets a little delayed. I really enjoyed the Divi theme. It's working great. Oh, it is slow. There. See, it just takes you over there. 27 bucks. You can pick credit card, regular, however you want to do it. I look forward to seeing all you guys there tomorrow. Please bring your questions. Please, if there's anything. I had a conversation, another little sidetrack, and then we really are going to say goodbye. I had several conversations over the course of the week, and Ken actually shared. He said, Wes, I'm building up to getting going. And I asked specifically, I said, what can I do to help inspire you to take your offline marketing career to the next level? And he said, you know, that's really a good question. Perhaps some guidance, interactivity. And so we talked for about 15 minutes or so. And sometimes just that interaction of asking a question and getting a different perspective on things, maybe that's the jump start that you need. So tomorrow in class, bring that question because I want to try and help. I'm not here to sell a product. If you buy this and it doesn't work and you don't make money, I don't want your money. I want to help you get going, and that is the most critical element of everything for me. My passions are teaching, skydiving, and helping business owners that don't matter to Google. Oh, thank you, Tom. And yes, the webinar is tomorrow, and it should have taken you to a registration page down at the bottom. And if it didn't, let me give you this just so that way you can make sure that you got. If anybody didn't get to the registration page, and I can't show you the registration page, otherwise everybody'd have it. Let me give you this right here, because Heidi had a problem too. But it should have instantly taken you to a page that signed you up for your email address and your webinar page. There you go. And Tom is saying sometimes that having access to personal contact and personal interaction, that's worth more than anything. And you know what, Tom? My mentors help me overcome roadblocks, and that's what I want to be for you. There we go. Excellent. All right. And with that, thank you, everybody. Let me grab a copy of the chat, and so that way I can take a poll of all the themes, the niche themes that you guys voted on. Let's go back to here. There we go. Chat. And let's go here. Let's go to questions. I will get the replay rendered out tonight. I will get it posted out as soon as I can. George, thank you very much. Look forward to the replay being tomorrow. Everybody else that took the decision to take action, I will get you your generic niche theme. Miranda and I will try and have the most popular theme done, so it's kind of a 2-for-1. See, under promise, over deliver. Everybody that needs the link, I put it in the chat box one more time. And with that, I'm going to say good night, everybody. Thank you all very, very much for coming. Oh, we got one more vote for Roofer. Tom, you're welcome. You're welcome, Randy. David, thank you. Okay, and that is that. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Scott.
The organizer has ended the session, and this call will be disconnected. Goodbye.